You're listening to iCannabisRadio.com.
Hi, what happened?
I don't know. We're here, though.
We're here. We are here. You know what? You're listening to iCannabis Radio. I'm Georgia.
I'm Jeremy.
And we are here with our favorite producer, Chris, who just effed up our intro, but it's not really his fault because I just came in from traffic.
And so it's your fault.
So it's my fault. It's my fault. And then I'm so excited. So I say this all the time. Like, I love when we doing the show because I get to hang out with my friends on the air. But guess what else happens?
What?
My friends intern with us when they're in broadcasting school.
Right.
So guess who we're sitting here with?
Who?
One of my BFFs, Ronell. Welcome, Ronell. So good to have you on iCannabis Radio.
It's a pleasure.
Radio.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. You guys are going to be seeing a lot more of him. And, of course, Gabe is here, too. Hi, Gabe. Gabe did not bring a dog, which is fine because we only have 2 dogs here tonight.
So it's Happy Mondays. Almost was called the zoo. But if you listen to the show, you know why.
So, got a couple things that I want to bring up. One of which is I need to just say the sad thing.
Well, we got to get it out of the way.
I know.
This is our first episode in Stupendous September.
Stupendous September.
Right.
Auspicious August was pretty nice.
Was it auspicious? Or was it awesome August or amazing?
I think it was all of those things. Every week it was just something different. And, of course, we took off the first crazy dogs. We took off the first Monday in September because we didn't want to labor on Labor Day.
Correct.
And then the next day, is a national holiday.
It was my birthday.
Yes.
Yes.
Very wonderful. I need that. Thank you. So did you have a happy birthday? I wished you a happy birthday about 20 times.
I know, it was great. I didn't get it. I think I was responding correctly after a bit, wasn't I? Was that what
I think the response was enough already. I think that was I started I think at 6:30 in the morning or something and was very surprised. It was early. And you responded pretty fast with maybe not the first one, but the second one.
It might have been.
Were you awake from the night before?
Well, I work nights now doing glass with Lunchbox out at the crop circle, so we usually get done about 4, and it takes 35 minutes or so to drive home, and an hour or 2 to unwind, and going to sleep
you were still
about
up.
6, 7 o'clock, so it gets a little rough sometimes.
Yeah, you were still up. But speaking of the zoo, my oldest dog is not going to be with us for that much longer.
How old?
She's 9. She's a 9-year-old bull mastiff. And, yeah, I know. That's not a happy Monday story.
Not really.
No.
Bulldogs are tough. I learned something from Scott and Pam's bulldog. I forget what its name is all of a sudden. When Jenny was house sitting. Bubba. On the last night.
No, not Bubba.
When they were coming home the next day, and that night the dog died. And, bulldogs don't die pleasantly. They die by suffocating from all that. So they pretty much explode at both ends. And they're just sprawled out on the floor with ooze and blood and snot and poo and pee and just all of it.
So lovely.
And it's like, sweet. Why do people get these dogs? It's like you can enjoy them for about 8 years and then they die a horrible, horrible death.
They're just genetically wrong.
Yeah,
they are.
I mean, they really. That's the thing about purebred dogs. I will say this right now that I am so happy to have that mutt out there for a whole bunch of reasons. I mean, if you want to get a purebred dog, that's absolutely I understand because you love the breed and you love what they stand for and what they look like and all those kinds of things. But we do dogs a disservice by inbreeding and mating them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Not to mention, I mean, my little rescue dog would have been euthanized if he had stayed where he was in Missouri, where they have puppy mills and all the shelters just kill dogs. Why do they need to?
Well, and that's the thing is, I mean, it's all about American excessiveness. We let
Excessiviosity.
Yeah, whatever a word like that would come out to, we hope that our listeners will figure it out.
Right.
But we have hundreds of thousands of dogs, being put down all the time. just so we can get that one that's full bred.
Right.
And it's like, but they're all mutants of wolves. So, we're like, well, we got a purebred greyhound. Well, if you're
Somewhere
religious,
back.
God didn't create that. That wasn't a part of the original design. Dogs they weren't there. We made them. So, whatever.
Well, and just to be clear, also, my purebred whatever bull mastiff, we got from a shelter. So.
Well, and that's good. See, that's really good because
She's kind of a mess.
put dogs down all
They
the
do.
time just because people don't want them. They want to hold out for that. Whatever. Pit bulls are really trendy right now because they're being banned everywhere.
They're trendy.
They are trendy.
Are they trendy?
They weren't that popular, and all of a sudden the pit bull ban started coming in, and everybody and their fucking mom wants a pit bull or has a pit bull. Everyone posts pictures of their pit bull. I mean, come the fuck on.
They're adorable.
They're dogs.
They're
great dogs. But it
what,
got real trendy real quick.
You know what? I think I think that people have liked pit bulls.
But
I think
it
what's
still
happened
when the bans started going in.
People started being more mouthy about their dogs.
It became the cool thing to love your pit bull, and it's totally cool. It's totally fine. I'm just saying that it was a noticeable trend in the whole grand scheme of things,
That's
and
right.
people are on it. And now you're defensive because you have pit bulls, and it seems like I might be attacking you, and it's not. I'm not. Pit bulls are great.
I've owned pit bulls since I was a little kid, and I've never seen them as an aggressive dog. I only seen them as aggressive dog when the media said dogs bite this, but they never talked about golden retrievers or Dalmatians.
That's because we all saw Cujo and 101
well,
Dalmatians.
but here's the other thing. I mean, the fact of the matter is, if I get
There's
bitten
no
by a
cute
golden
Disney movie about pit bulls.
That's
damn
right.
it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If I get bit by a golden retriever, it's gonna hurt. If I get bit by a pit bull, I'm gonna be damaged. Yeah, absolutely.
That's another misconception.
But in comparison with how strong a pit bull is in comparison to how strong, I mean, that's why you hear about all of these things, because a golden retriever can bite you, and then you take his mouth off and you say bad golden retriever. Your dog, who I trust absolutely with my kid, with my dog, with everything, if he wanted to, he could get on top of me and I would have trouble getting back up. Not because he's hurting me, but because he's so strong. And so that's what happens is people hear about these horrible things that happen with pit bulls when they do attack like lots and lots of dogs. My little skinny mutt dog growled at some lady at the dog park. Has never done that ever before, and all I could think of was that she was somehow a bitch. He knew that. That's what I figured. Was that he knew.
Mastiffs and then Rottweilers have the strongest bites, and then German Shepherds, and then I think pit bulls are the sixth with the strongest pounds per square inch.
Yeah.
If they don't lock their jaw, that's amazing.
So I had before when Warren and I first got together, we each had a dog, and I had a Rottweiler. And I cannot tell you how difficult it was to find an apartment that would rent to me, not just for having a dog, but for having a Rottweiler. My name is Georgia. It's nice to meet you, Ronell. And so, yeah,
Try handing it to her. I do it all the time, man, and I know she doesn't smoke.
So does he. So does he.
Hello.
I'm just like, here, you can smoke this. Do you want a dab? What's up?
We live in a polite society where spreading germs through pipes is a very acceptable, nice, polite thing to do.
Well, that's not really the nicest way of putting that.
It's just the facts, though. I love you guys. Have you noticed I would never kiss any of you? And that's the same thing to me as sharing a pipe with you. Never. Not even ever. Okay, that was fun. I liked that.
But it was
That
mostly
fun.
hair, and you can go home and wash that. So you're fine.
Do you know what we're doing tonight? Thank you, by the way, for letting me get the dog thing out of the way. I'll keep you posted if you care. If you don't care, then I won't keep you posted.
If they're listening to our show, they care. We want to know. I want to know.
Thank you. I'll let you know. Well, anyway, I went home at like 3:00 today to see how she was doing, and just hearing her tail wag made me very happy. But that is not what our show is about. Do you know what our show is about? In general.
Marijuana?
Yeah.
All right. I like this. I like these easy Monday questions.
10 points right there.
Fucking A, we're winning. All right. So is there a subplot?
There is a subplot. So we have this little show on Wednesdays. I don't know if you guys have heard about it. It's the Adam Dunn Show.
So on a quick side note, there was I think he's a New York Yankee, or he's a baseball player. It was in the trending section on Facebook, and I saw it's Adam Dunn to retire, and I was like, no. And I clicked on it, and it's all these baseball player things. And I'm like, wait. And I looked at him, I'm like, no, it's not our Adam Dunn.
Well, today we're talking a little bit about CeCe Dunn, because that's really who our guest is. Just because Adam happens to be a host on a show on our station and coming into the studio tonight with CeCe, we really want to talk about all things Hoodlamb tonight. For those of you local, you have no doubt been to the Hoodlamb, which just recently closed its doors, lost its lease, and there's a whole bunch of new things that are still. I mean, the company still goes on. Hoodlamb is still an amazing company making hemp products, all kinds of hemp products, specifically hemp clothing. They've got a new line. Their winter line is coming out pretty soon. And so CeCe Dunn is going to come in and talk to us about what's going on, what they have on their agenda. The other cool thing about them is they are really into all kinds of art. And so that hasn't changed. And so they're going to talk to us about all of the art projects that they have going on and what they're involved in, and maybe they might talk about some future parties.
I sure hope so.
Every once in a while, they threw a party.
Oh yeah, and they're good at it.
And they're really good at it.
Like, I really miss the Hoodlamb.
Yeah. Rah 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 rah. So that's on our agenda tonight. I also want to kind of talk a little bit about. What the potential new rules and regulations look like around, proposed rules look like around limiting plants for people growing in greenhouses. What the hell is that?
They got to put a limit on everything unless there's no money to be made.
See, here's my thing, and we'll definitely talk about this later, but this isn't, I don't think the Med just came up with this idea like, how can we F with the industry? Let's just decide that we don't like greenhouses. Someone brings that stuff to their attention and brings up some concerns, and it's got to be some kind of industry group that's, doesn't want to see people make good money and make a good product and make lots of product in greenhouses.
Geez, I wonder who that we're talking about.
What marijuana industry group we might be talking about?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know for sure. I'm just saying that it's my guess that someone has to come with these concerns and bring them to the Med and talk about some rules and
it's usually some kind of medical marijuana type of industry group.
Usually it is.
That usually does this.
Because it's serving to their members.
Right.
Which, of course, I mean, I get it. That's what they do, is they try to make things better for their members, which oftentimes means that it's not great for their non-members.
Right. And their member base, while it may appear large, on the grand scale is very, 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 very small, which leaves us, all of us, to be in the wave, the aftermath of that. But if you lived in Colorado for the last 4 or 5 years, you're totally aware of what.
I thought it would be nice if we were on camera together and people could see us talking as opposed to.
You guys keep scooting away from each other.
I do?
Or Jeremy.
Oh, he's at the same
do
spot.
I smell?
Right here. You smell good. Wow, you smell really good. You definitely don't smell like you belong in a room full of stoners like us.
I know, right?
So
anyhow, that's part of what I want to talk about later is the whys and what that looks like. But right now, I think we need to take our first breaky break.
Yes, we're only 1 minute behind on that.
Oh my gosh.
We're doing well.
We're doing so good. So you're listening to iCannabis Radio. It's Happy Monday in
Stupendous September, and we'll be right back.
The Law Office of Edson Maton and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson Maton and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
Are you a medical marijuana patient or interested in finding out how to become one? Contact Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. Conveniently located on Hamden and Tamarack in the Whole Foods parking lot behind Proof of the Pudding, Mile High Wellness offers a wide variety of edibles, hashes, and some of Colorado's top strains. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern. 3525 South Tamarack, Suite 110, on the corner of Hamden and Tamarack. 720-382-8516. Mile High Wellness, where your care is our concern.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
You know what I want to say?
What?
Talk it up, Colorado.
Dude, fuck. Every time I like Gary Johnson.
I do too. I just think I've heard that now
So many times.
64,000 times. Get it? See what I did there?
Right.
64,000 times.
That was nice.
Are you voting yes on 68?
What the fuck is 68? I haven't really been paying much political attention. I've only been focused a little bit mostly on what's going on in Ferguson and the militarization of the police. So much so that they're having a actual congressional hearing on it tomorrow. And I got this information somewhere, I swear.
Makes for great radio.
It really does when you're like, oh, I got it somewhere.
So 68, for those of you who are not in the Colorado area, is a really fascinating amendment that will allow casinos in places where there's off-track betting. So like the dog track in Arapahoe County.
But didn't they just banned dog racing?
Right, but they still
now.
have off-track betting.
So what's off-track betting mean?
Like where you can make bets and stuff when you're not really at the location. You know, like you can be at like Dave and Buster's has off-track. Isn't it Dave and Buster's?
Red and Jerry's.
Red and Jerry's.
And then you can bet on games of, races in like Pimlico.
Right, you can.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So you're literally off the track, but you can bet as if you were there. So now they're gonna. I don't know what it consists of completely, but I don't care because the answer is yes. That's the doorbell. Because the answer is yes.
Damn, 6:19.
They're good.
That is fucking punctual.
They're good.
Before they get in here, let's drop them a sweet ass compliment. Like that's fucking amazing. You're gonna walk in this room in this studio at 6:20. Like that's impressive. Now we can't be that nice to them when they come in here. They got their own show. They got their own store. We got a little razzle.
No, we're gonna love them. It's stupendous September.
No razzle, no dazzle.
Little dazzle.
Okay.
Little dazzle.
Gotta have a
I
little
just swallowed
something in
something. Maybe whatever bit me, I just swallowed. I'm having
Are you
really...
sure this isn't turning into a Tuesday thing here?
No.
You've been being bit. So you swallowed something.
It itches,
This is getting
and yeah, there's
exciting.
nothing good about it at all. But anyway, so the money then goes, the revenues that are made, the tax revenues then go to help the kids. It's all about schools and helping the kids. So that's 68. There are people who are dead set against it because God forbid we have any more gambling in Colorado. Are you serious right now?
Like that's the biggest problem. We got all kinds of things happening here, and people are just concerned. Like, we've got casinos like in 2 little cities in the mountains, and I'll be damned if we have them in other places besides just in the mountains in case people want to go gamble and not do it in the winter and crash and die on that fucking road.
I mean, again, it's like it feels to me like people have to attach moralism to everything.
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 Well, has the argument come up yet? Well, we got to keep it away from the kids.
No, I don't think that's come up, but
It will.
It will, yeah.
It will. Kids are just used for everything.
Yeah. And the arguments that I've heard against 68 are, this money isn't really going to go to the kids, so screw that as well. But
do our taxes really go to pay the roads? No, but we still have to pay them.
They do pay the roads. Let's talk about they do pay. Do you pay for the roads unless you're on E470?
Well, let's figure out one show and let's try to get some information as to where our Colorado state tax dollars
I don't know
go
that I
to.
want to. In all honesty, I'm not 100% sure that I want to know.
I don't really want to know.
So, as promised, we're really excited that CC Dunn is here. We're excited that you're here too, Adam.
And congratulations on your retiring from baseball.
Did you see that on Facebook that you've retired from baseball?
Yeah.
Yes.
Pull up the Adam Dunn retires from baseball story.
So Cece has not been on our show before. Welcome. We're so excited to have you. You can wear headphones or not. You've never been on our show either? That's a lie.
Never.
In all of these years?
Nope. That's why I had to do my own.
I'm so embarrassed.
What? I'm sorry, what happened?
Neither one of them have ever been on the show before. So let's just pretend that we'll start over. Welcome. We're so glad to have you on
Thank you.
Happy Mondays in stupendous September. I'm having trouble with that.
I know, but that's why it makes it so fun. That's why we started off with, what was July? Shit,
I don't remember what was July. I don't know. It was a long time ago, and so we can't possibly remember.
Did we not do anything? Maybe we started this in August, and it was
Yeah, you started in August.
No, we started in July.
We did, because there was 2. We've had 2 different months at least.
Yeah.
So maybe it was
2 whole
Jubilous.
Well, we finally named our show. It took us a really long time.
It took us a whole year
to name
it, and then
to name our show.
Now we just come up with random happy things.
I mean, I
for the
guess
month.
we could have called it Jeremy and Georgia. I mean, we could have gone the Adam Dunn route and just been super clear about what the show is.
Yeah, and then leave Mitch out of it, of course. That's the way you got to do it.
The Adam Dunn
of
show
course.
with Mitch.
If he's lucky.
If he's lucky.
Or
If he's lucky.
the Mitch Shinasa show.
There's been a few of those. There's been a few of those out there. People are like, why isn't it not the Mitch Shinasa show? It does not roll so well, you know. We went strictly on roll.
But it does roll. Adam Dunn show does roll. So we wanted to have you on for a whole bunch of reasons, but one of the main reasons is we wanted to talk about Hoodlamb and what your company is and what it does, and then so kind of give us a little bit of history, and then we'll talk about the winter line coming out and all that kind of good stuff.
And all the new developments.
Yeah.
Hemp Hoodlamb, we have been together for quite some. We definitely have a lot of history, that's for sure. We've been around for 21 years. Started in Amsterdam back in the day, and it's a company that always stayed very like an independent. So we're still on the grassroots level.
Yeah.
Although we're very global today. And we spread from, we got retailers from Japan to the U.S., throughout Europe,
Wow.
So we have, in a cool way, spread our message throughout the years. And
what is your message?
I mean, we support all things hemp. We are supporting the hemp lifestyle, if you want to call it. We believe in sustainability. Also on all levels of life, as much as possible, as much as you can. Hemp foods, hemp clothing, all things hemp, basically. Our kid is, he was built on hemp seeds.
Right.
So, and I think our company was always on the forefront of the hemp movement because we started so early. And also back in Amsterdam. And it was Adam and Doug who are the originators of the Hemp Works. You guys started it with a hemp store, or actually the CIA.
Yeah. It was, and we got forced into it. None of us were clothing guys. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna make hemp clothing. It's gonna be awesome. It was like we sold clothing, and we were like, this stuff sucks. Like,
it's so itchy.
We gotta come up with something good. People are gonna, and it got such a bad rap right off the bat that we really felt like we had to kind of keep rolling once we got a little down the rabbit hole. Just couldn't stop.
And move away from those stereotypes about hemp clothing that
Yes.
they look in a certain way and they're always the same color and rough to the skin. So I think with the idea of Hoodlamb, that really started from let's design clothes that we want to wear ourselves.
Nice.
And it started small scale. We had there was this little sewing atelier in Amsterdam, a family who made the classic Hoodlambs, and which is the signature item. That's it's very well known. Or the men's hoodlum jacket. It actually was the latest hoodlum jacket. It was pretty much crossover at that point.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of girls.
Style.
A lot of girls were buying the guys small and being like, "That's good enough for me," because our idea of a girl's jacket was just we made it like skinnier this way. We didn't know it wasn't too.
We like it skinnier this way.
Yeah, there was some definite change. I mean, it definitely is a huge difference from what it was, but it's actually kept pretty close to the idea. It's like a lot of cuts here and there.
But then, of course, the ladies evolved and got a better design, and it's really beautiful. I think now, and that turned into the lady long coat, which turned in the men's got the Tech 420 jacket, and actually, this season, like in 3 weeks, third week of September, we're coming out with a super nice new men's parka, which is going to be like the top notch of all men's jackets. So
great. Now Warren's going to have like his 17th jacket.
New shit. Seriously,
I know.
I've got like 5 coats and sweatshirts.
Oh, we like that.
Like a button-up shirt, a T-shirt. I've got hat, gloves, a head thing. Dude, fuck. Yeah. Like, it's just when you go there and it's nice out and you hang out for 2 hours and the weather turns to shit and you're like, oh, I didn't bring a hoodie. I'm at a clothing store and you go inside and you're like, wow, I'll buy this. And then it's like it just starts to accumulate.
Yeah. Well, what's so nice is that while all the items, in my opinion at least, are trendy, they have classic cuts. Yeah, and so just because it's the newest, hottest item this season, you can wear it for 15 years and it's still hot.
No, I think we always stuck to some core concept. We like things to be timeless. And actually it comes to the whole sustainability principle.
That's right.
We don't want people to throw away their hoodlambs after one season,
right? Just
because it's out of fashion. No, you get another one because you want another color, maybe, or style. But
exactly.
You wear your jacket.
Forgot yours at home.
Or you forgot it at home. Right. Yeah. The problem is that I always bought something different. So
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's like a collector's stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And you've got a whole closet full of just amazing awesomeness.
Yeah. No, I still wear my ladies drop top. That's 10 years old, and I love it.
That's awesome.
Or I have it like a vest. Every year, people ask me like, "Oh, is that new?" We're like, no, this is really, really old actually. But
I just love it.
Yeah, it's still
and that's the thing that's so wonderful about hemp is it is such a durable fabric, and again. Years ago, that durability was kind of what people were like, oh, it isn't soft and it isn't trendy, but now it is. I mean, now the idea of you can wash things 5,000 times, they still have the same shape. They just get softer and more comfortable, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. The product is wonderful.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, it's like we have like pretty much every season we come out with some new fabrics or there's new developments, and the men's summer T-shirt from this season, the newest. It's so thin and so soft, and it really just gets better and better with each wash.
And again, it lasts forever. Unlike a cotton T-shirt that really you can't have. So Ronell is the opposite of everything that you just said. I mean, he is a one-time use T-shirt boy, and the fact of the matter is, if he washes that T-shirt 10 times, it's going to be thin and it's going to wear through, and you're going to see his boobies through his shirt. And so the reality is that it doesn't make a lot of sense to buy a bunch of cotton T-shirts, unless all that you're doing is wearing them underneath something. Because, right?
I mean, I wear them one time, and after you wash them, they don't feel the same. And so that's why I get a new one. It's like a tissue.
Yeah, it's like a tissue.
Holy crap.
But that's not true with the hemp and hemp oils.
Better
it does.
However, I always say to every single customer I ever talk to, cold wash, hang dry, and that will really make the colors stay and and also the shape of it, because hemp is still a little bit of a thicker material than the conventional cotton that you find.
So we're going to take a quick break, but after the break, I want to talk a little bit about. So your business isn't just about selling wonderful hemp clothing, and you talked a little bit about what your sort of mission is. It's really community based, and so I want to talk about what you guys do in the community and what's important to you and your connection with the art world and those kinds of things. And so as soon as we come back from our next break, that's what we'll talk about.
Fun. Good.
The Law Office of Edson, Maton, and Matz provides criminal defense, family law, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running a medical marijuana center, optional premises cultivation operation, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout the state of Colorado. We're focused on providing high-quality service and customer satisfaction. We will do everything we can to meet your expectations. WarrenEdson.com. Edson, Maton, and Matz in Denver, 303-831-8188, and in Aspen, 970-948-7183. WarrenEdson.com.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it on grass. Runongrass.com.
We're back.
Jeremy just had a really important. You were just asking.
I don't hear you in my headphones. I don't know if I really don't.
How about now?
There you go.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
There's
you've been eliminated. You've been eliminated.
Cool. I'll go home. Dinner's
No.
ready. Dinner's ready. So Jeremy was just asking.
I should have asked while we were on air, but but my question was to Cece is how do you wash the coats or the sweatshirts with fur?
Okay, so yeah, this is also eco-friendly way, which we of course promote. So if you have a furry hoodie or a jacket, you just turn them inside out with the fur out, zip them up, and then cold wash. And if there's colors, I mean, like, I'm super eco, but just use something without bleach, not to ruin the colors, and then you hang dry. And when you turn them inside out again, or like proper
Right side out.
Yeah, right side out. Zip them up. Kind of stretch the fabric and the zipper a little bit so that it like dries up straight and nice, and it will come back.
In Colorado, it dries
perfectly.
fast, and
I was gonna say.
it doesn't dry fast. It's like a week. You're like
Yeah.
waiting. Like,
Back in no, for sure. No, back in Amsterdam, it used to take like 5 days for a cook to.
It gets a little smelly.
so
You're
basically
like,
people
oh
just didn't
man.
wash them.
Is that the same for like the P coat or the Tech 420?
Pretty much all
Yeah.
the stuff, yeah. And then what you can do is when it's like when it's like halfway to 3/4 dry, you can like instead of you don't want to iron it, but you can just like hand flatten it.
Yeah.
And then it has a real good memory, like it'll be perfect. But if you like leave it in the pile in the corner wet,
Yeah, no, don't do that.
it'll
Don't do
end
that.
up looking like it'll be like an accordion. It'll be like, "Meow,
Sort of like any
meow."
of your clothes that if you leave wet in a pile is not a good idea.
Never a good idea, but even
Yeah.
hemp, it's even worse.
Right.
It's like the worst idea.
Right. It's like when you put stuff in the dryer and it twists up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that. So you guys have taken this company and you've lived it, and you've incorporated your core beliefs in this company. So tell us a little bit about what that means. You're not just selling clothing.
No. We pretty much, I think it comes out in the Hoodlamb. I mean, then when Adam and I left Amsterdam, just because we were ready to move on. We already had distributors here, but there was no one in Colorado, and then Adam really, really wanted to come to Colorado because it was the perfect fit for him, being a seed guy and all that. So then, okay, well, we gotta open up a Hoodlamb store, right? It's perfect climate. The people are, politically everything is right.
Yes.
And this is an amazing place. I say this is the best place for weed and hemp in the world. But 10 times, 100 times better than Amsterdam ever was, I think so. So we came here and we felt that, and then first time I was like, okay, we have to open up a Hoodlamb store. There's no question about it. But then obviously, like, let's bring in all the elements that we love, and that also kind of gives more flavor to what we do.
That's right.
And Amsterdam is a very artsy city. It always was. We always worked with a lot of artists there, and and all kinds. We really embrace all kinds of artists, whether or creatives, whether it's tattoo artists or painters or graphic artists or whatnot, because we had this ongoing rolling art project since 2006 maybe, where we started painting on a hoodlum jacket, or we asked artists to here's a hoodlum jacket, treat it as your canvas, because the canvases back in the day that all the masters painted on, they used to be made of hemp.
Mm-hmm.
So so that was the core idea. So we had this ongoing rolling art project, and then we thought, let's take that and bring that whole thing over to the other side of the ocean, in the U.S. and continue that, but let's create this Hoodlamb, the world's first Hoodlamb store, where we will focus only on Hoodlamb, not like in Amsterdam where we were focusing on. There was a hemp store with everything, all kinds of things. But okay, let's just focus on Hoodlamb because that's the core of what we're doing, but bring in art and music. We've always been extremely music orientated. I mean, we're all drum and bass heads from back in the day where we're still, and then that's how the concept store came. Right?
This is what happens on Mondays.
Yeah.
we have dog
We
fights
just get
in the
used
back.
to it. Yeah. It's,
Oh yeah, me.
so hello.
Yeah. Or was born. That's how the Hood Lab was born. You know. So we basically just took all the things that we love and and with the clothes and. So it's a lifestyle store.
And it became wildly popular. Like whether you intended to have people there or not. Your first location was in was kind of now the defunct art district. As soon as you guys left, the whole thing went to crap.
Sort of like Amsterdam.
But everyone knew what they were going to do on first Friday of the month. They were going to be at the Hood Lab. They were going to hang out. They were going to walk around a little bit, but then they didn't have to because there was always a food truck that parked nearby.
Sure.
And that kind of kicked off this, that's where people went to meet. When I was in high school, a gajillion years ago, before electricity, we'd all go meet at the mall on Friday night to find out where everyone was going to go.
Sure.
Instead of that, people would just, what are you doing tonight? Hood Lab, and everybody knew, great, that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
And I mean that became a real melting pot for the cannabis community.
Yeah, it was good. Our timing was also real critical, I think, then, because we were coming in fresh. So were a lot of new people who are now pretty much staples in the industry now. Those people were also fresh. So everybody was kind of looking for that little home to hang out in.
Yeah.
And we had that we always have that welcome wagon vibe. That's what
I mean, we did the same in Amsterdam, I must say. So this was like a new form of the hemp works. In Amsterdam was also an extremely friendly store. We always had people from all over the world coming on a daily basis. Like, oh, the Hawaiians are coming, or the Mexicans, or our friends that would come every year.
Yeah.
And then Adam's office was the big meeting point.
It was about a quarter the size of this, and
Yeah.
five times as busy. And
It
it was
was-
it was ridiculous.
Adam's office and my workspace. It was a little bit intense at times.
Right.
But it was fun. So yeah, and then in a amazing way that was recreated in Colorado. But like I said, timing and I guess we found our place in the right community right away too. People were.
You did. We needed that. Like as our community, we needed that solid place that. I don't know how to describe.
Well, our main thing, I think, was the fact that we weren't trying to monetize our space. Maybe not, maybe we should have in some ways in shapes and forms. But at the same time, because we didn't really do that, people kind of felt comfortable to come by, hang out, but then at the same time, the first place wasn't that big, so kind of like you couldn't hang out too long, especially depending on the weather or whatever. But now, the second place was much bigger, got a little bit more of a vibe like that.
Yeah,
And
it turned into a venue more.
Yeah.
And we enjoyed it, but at the same time, it's also nice to sort of shrink our footprint a little bit here.
Well, so what happened is you guys ended up needing to move from the location in the Arts District to another location in the Arts District.
Different art district, yeah.
And that place was humongous.
Yeah.
Where the yard was humongous.
Yeah, it was a 10,000 square foot place.
Yeah, it was a good size spot.
And
quarter acre. So it was
yeah.
nice. It's one of those deals.
That's how country people talk. It was a quarter acre.
Quarter acre.
It was a quarter acre.
But,
he's a farmer.
But in general, it was like a blessing for us because we didn't realize how much we needed that space until we got into the next spot, and we're like, whoa, now.
Oh yeah, no,
we
and
can
it was
stretch
a
our wings
risk
a little
taking
bit,
too. Like I was quite scared. I was like, oh, we're really gonna do this. But then walked in there, I saw the huge wall space outside that was completely empty. I was like, okay, I think we can do something here. If we invite a bunch of friends again, to paint it up and make it cozy. So that was kind of the deal breaker. But then also that district, the River North, the Rhino Art District, is amazing.
It's amazing.
I love it. It's like the Brooklyn of Denver or something.
Yeah.
In that upcoming very creative subculture and so many subcultures meeting in the same district. like Saturday.
Yeah.
And there was like the Carnage, the big car show with all custom cars and Hells Angels and whatnot. And then you got the
Hells Angels.
and then you got the graffiti crews, bombing a whole block. And then you got the big Wonderful, which is more of a family orientated,
Yep.
like the beach feel.
Yep.
So you got kids bombing, bikers, and families. Like,
Yeah.
perfect combination.
But and all within a couple of blocks. And
Yeah.
the weekend prior, there was another street venue, and I mean, all these kinds of things. And so that neighborhood has gotten so hot. And I think again, I mean, your addition to it, was really helpful for that neighborhood. Who decided that they didn't want to compete with First Fridays, so they did. Are you ready for this? Final Fridays. See what they did there?
Very clever.
Big twist.
Big twist.
Yeah.
And so you guys have now moved out of that space, and Hoodlab as an entity doesn't exist at this point in time. But Hoodlab as a concept does.
Well, I would adjust that a little
Okay.
bit. Hoodlab, actually, the store just is going online tomorrow
Yay!
morning. So Hoodlab is we're just going global now.
Nice.
And it's going to be open 24/7, and that's probably the best thing of the whole
Absolutely.
thing, because our business hours are probably the craziest, or maybe the best. I don't know, craziest or best. Usually we will open between 4:20 and 4 a.m. And that's not maybe so convenient and normal for everyone who wants to go and shop clothes. But now Hoodlab e-store is launching tomorrow morning properly. And we're super excited.
Congratulations.
About that.
How do people find it?
So I'll put out everything on social media, and everybody who receives my newsletter will also get it. And we will talk about it on the radio show. Yeah, no, I'm
being real tough secret right now.
So Wednesday on the Adam Dunn Show, people will.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Perfect.
And then, and all the listeners will get a special code and you receive their discounts. And it will also be the place to get very high quality Adam Dunn Show merchandise. So
I'm sure Adam has told you. I mean, people are asking for these Adam Dunn shirts. Do you have an Adam Dunn shirt?
I do not.
I have Adam Dunn. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to say something, and then I decided in midstream that it was a bad idea. And if I edit myself, it was bad.
Right.
Because I don't have that edit button.
You got the fur edition, I hope.
I do. I do. Only it's itchy. So that's really exciting. So people should listen to Adam and Mitch on Wednesday between 11:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. Mountain Time to be able to get the lowdown on when the Hoodlab
or if you get any kind of social media already.
Social media. Tomorrow morning.
It'll be already out.
Everything will be out. The link.
It's gonna be old news by the time I shows up. It's gonna be like so yesterday.
So boring. So boring. Well, that's really, really exciting. I am super, super happy that's going down. We're going to take a quick little break, and then if you guys can stick around and wrap up with us.
Sure.
Do you want to talk about my dad?
For as many times as I've heard it, I can't remember everything. I know that he will insure you and help take care of you, so when the shit hits the fan, you don't have to stress. But I don't.
Or if your shit burns up.
Right, catches fire, tornado comes and sends it to the moon. We live in Colorado. This shit does happen.
You know what might happen? I just saw the trailer for Godzilla.
Right.
Godzilla stomps on buildings. If he stomps on your grow, what are you going to do?
You're going to go out and harvest what you can and smoke that shit and say, this is the Godzilla, motherfucker. That's what's going to happen.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure that my dad can cover you if Godzilla squishes your grow. However, you might want to call him and ask for sure.
And at least ask. I mean, he might laugh at you for asking
Take your money.
Godzilla,
I'm sure you take your money because chances of that happening are pretty nil.
Right.
Nil to nil or nil to niller.
Nil to
He'll
niller.
create coverage for that, or he'll help. I don't know.
He'll talk you through it. He'll talk you through whether or not you're being an idiot.
There you go.
800-488-4302. Ask for Bob, and he'll help you out. If you have any insurance needs, if you own a store and you don't have slip and fall, I mean, that's just silly. But if you own a marijuana store and you don't realize that someone can get sick if someone gets sick from your product, even if you didn't make it, they can sue you people.
You people.
Yes.
Use people.
Use people.
Speak proper.
Use people. Use people that sold it to me. They can,
This
and
is a very
they will.
cultural room right now. As I look around, except us three right here.
And these two. I
Well,
mean, you're
no,
literally
wait,
talking about
say some other say a cool sentence with that nice accent you have.
I mean, she's still just a white girl, very adorable white girl.
I just like the accent.
She's very adorable.
I'm actually Lapp, so that's like the natives of Sweden.
Oh, she's cool.
See?
The Indians
Hot
of Sweden.
damn.
You tried to lump her in with just
She's
us
a
black
blonde
folks.
Indian.
Well,
is
he's our
it-
Mexican Jamaican, and if you want to debate
Mexican
that,
Jamaican?
debate my daughter about that.
Does she think you're Jamaican?
No, she just likes to call him that.
Oh.
I don't know why I asked her about
Oh.
that, and she's like, he's just my Jamaican. Just deal with it, Dad. I'm like, okay. You're 14. I won't argue with you.
Right. You can't argue with a 14-year-old. It's futile.
Right. So should we take a quick break before we get to 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or whatever the fuck time?
Whatever o'clock. Absolutely. We'll be right back.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it on grass. Runongrass.com.
The law offices of Edson, Maton, and Matz provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
And we're back. Nope. What were you going to say now? I want to know.
This has just been such a fun night having Cece and Adam Dunn here to talk about what's going on with their online store. And so eventually people are going to be begging you guys to throw a party or those kinds of things. Thoughts about getting together with the venue and
For sure. I mean, like we still have so many layers to everything that we do. I mean, we got lots of plans, and we will do like pop-up events with the stores. Although the store doesn't have a physical location, it's online. But we're already planning how we can maybe do a pop-up event with DJs and gear and in Denver or in Vail or where
here.
Right down the street, right
No.
right at the bottom, or right at the bottom of the street. Take a right, which I forget what that street is. Right with Crownburger and whatever that street behind us. There is a school for sale.
Yeah, there is a school for sale.
A school for sale. I think that we should all throw in on that, and we could just
High
divide
school,
up
like a high
sections
school.
of school,
Start around
and
high
it's
school.
high school. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, no, thank you. I mean, I back you if you want to do that, but no, thank you. But you guys will do some.
No, thank you. It sounds like
We
a
are
great
doing
idea.
we're doing the Saturdays at the Big
Yeah.
Wonderful, which is
every Saturday.
And the
we'll
Big
be
Wonderful is this fantastic event in the Rhino District. There are two big, huge, empty, several block lots that were supposed to be 30-30-30 housing, which meant 30% of it was subsidized housing, 30% of it was moderately subsidized housing, and then 30% of it was regular price. And
What was the other 10%?
and it didn't work out. What's that?
What was the other 10%?
Boobs.
Nice.
And then and that didn't work out. And so these folks kind of decided they sort of squatted and started an urban garden. And on one lot, and then the Big Wonderful is on the other lot, and it is food trucks and some vendors, including you guys, and they have DJs and bands and beer garden and local. Everything is local, like all the herbs that and things that they use in the drinks.
how do you get a beer license on an empty lot? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. We should.
It's the city. They're renting
What's
from
the
the
deal?
city.
I have an empty
know
lot.
that.
I want to put a beer garden on an empty lot. Like, should be no brainer right there. Every empty lot should be.
Every
I
empty
should
lot.
have a beer
Well,
garden.
this one has. They have sand pit for kids. They have beach volleyball. They have cornhole and bocce and a fenced-in dog area. And I mean, they've kind of thought of everything.
Yeah,
pretty
no,
well
it's really nice.
It's really fun. It was great to see you guys out there this weekend. It's
So people can come there every Saturday and check us out until November.
Until first week of November, we will have the Hood Lab setting up there.
That sounds fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful. So middle of September, winter line.
Third week of
Third
September,
week of September.
yeah. Then we'll get the full shipment, new collection, lots of new gear, new styles, colors. It's very exciting because it's like Christmas time.
Yeah. Will you come back when and we can talk about the line when it comes out?
Yeah,
and
sure. No,
absolutely.
I would love to. Yeah.
Or we can just have her back for whatever.
Right, we'll just make up something and say, "Hey, you have to come for this. It's super
We
important."
need
When you
you.
get here, you'll be like, "What the fuck?" And we'll be like, "We don't know.
We just
we just
needed
wanted
you.
you here."
Sweet. I like it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then we're also launching or releasing a new jacket with Grassroots California, which
Those are gonna be
our fellow
crazy.
hemp-minded company, and it's actually a very nice design. They came up with an all-over print, and they have a few different variations. 3 jackets, and it's all coming out third week of September too.
Nice.
Yeah.
How exciting.
Kim's video.
Well.
Kim's video.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I was gonna
Kim-
ask about
Kim's-
that.
Yeah,
The
you were
time-lapse
part of it.
video, yeah.
That was history made again.
That was crazy.
Yeah,
night.
how we ended the whole Hood Lab Larimer location was, of course, it's quite dramatic there. We turned into lab busters, and Jeremy was part of the lab buster crew, and we paint the whole wall black.
Yep.
There's some
We left a few little messages there.
yeah.
Right. So it's sort of like that game of whatever. Remember, it had the pictures and you had to read it. So it was like an eyeball and whatever, and you
Yeah.
had to
Yeah.
read the sentence. That's
I heart you.
kind of how it worked out.
5 images. Rest in peace, Hood Lab, Colorado. Hangman sees you, or watches over you, or something. Yeah.
Eyeballs,
so-
eyeballs.
It was brilliant. It was so cool to see and to be a part of. And sad.
And
But
And there's a
yeah,
video?
It's coming
Yeah.
out soon. Yeah. Well,
That's
Kim
time
said we'll
lapse.
did a time lapse, and she's, you know, how she is. She likes to make everything perfect. So we
And she does.
We've
Yeah.
seen like little bits, and it was awesome. So we already know that once it's really edited down, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be one of those.
Yeah, and
That'll
that-
be exciting.
Yeah,
intense
and
things.
I
and that
can't
was
wait.
that was our very last project at the Larimer location, and it was we actually offered the new owners to compensate the artist that made the wall. Because and we had so many logos in there. Like we used it for parties and photo shoots, and we had all our personal logos in there. So it felt a little weird if somebody was just going to take it over. And he had already said that, I'm going to do all video shoots and record launches and stuff. So it just felt a little bit weird. So
He can't have that stuff.
No.
He can't have that stuff.
no,
That's right.
not with your personal logos and stuff.
Right.
So we offered him like, hey, would you be interested to giving back to the artist that actually made this? And he wasn't. So then we decided we wanted to make it really dramatic and just, close down the
It's
curtain.
like slam the door really loud, be dramatic, like a 14-year-old moving out.
Basically.
Never coming back.
Yeah. No.
Well, good for you guys.
Should be out soon on Facebook and everywhere.
That sounds great. I mean, this kind of sounds trite, but I'm so proud of you guys. You are true to who you are. You're true to what you believe in. Your way of getting your message across is by living your lives. And there is nothing more amazing than just watching two people who say what they do and do what they say. And so thank you.
We try to do that. We try.
Yeah.
You do an excellent
Thank
job.
you, George.
Thank you. Thank you. And you.
What? What did I do?
Nothing. Did I mention happy birthday?
Oh, thank you.
What?
It was
Today?
it was last Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was last Tuesday.
Of course.
So thank you guys so much for being on, and everyone looks forward to getting the information on social media on the new store.
Can't wait to see the new stuff.
So exciting on the e-store. Thank our sponsors, Edson Maton and Matt, Smile High Wellness, Noto Urban Garden Supply, Medical Marijuana of the Rockies, Run on Grass, and of course, Cuffle Collimore and Company.
Right.
This week, don't forget, Adam Dunn Show, 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday.
I was on
Wednesday. Wednesday.
Arthritis?
And then right, Cricky Wednesday, and then no, I think that's rude to do that. Whatever you just did.
Well, I'm trying to do a D.
I think
Like
that's-
when
I
in
think
sign
that's-
language, it's like A, Beast.
No, you don't, you can't do that if you're on the west side.
Well, no, like that's west side, or so, I don't know.
You don't know.
Now you're really getting in trouble. Right?
I'm
I don't
embarrassed.
know. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Anyway, Thursday, don't miss the Hemp Connoisseur magazine show from 4 to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If you're interested in doing a show on iCannabis Radio, let us know. We would love to talk it through with you because it's a good time. I'm Georgia.
I'm Jeremy.
You're cute.
Oh, so are you.
Thanks. We'll see you guys next week. That was fun, you guys. CC.